but like when uh, there's a line there. There's a line there where personal accountability comes into play.
Well, yeah, it's like the same thing we were talking about Elon previously, and people were saying, "Oh, it's because he's autistic," and it's like, well, no, you can be autistic and not be a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
you could be mentally ill, but I think part of it has to do with the level of influence he has, and like the ego mixed with the mental illness. Because he's like talking about being Jesus for a long time now. It's
Yeah,
like an unhinged kind of thing.
it really is. It really is, and I don't get. But even like the most schizoid people, I will still try to make sense of it because I know that subjectively, like like in their mind on some level, I know that like things get to a point of like word salad, but even in word salad, motherfuckers trying to communicate something. There's I want to know what neurons connecting, even if they don't make sense. I want to know which ones are connecting. What are the images in their mind? What is their inner voice? Some people don't have that. That's terrifying. Have we talked about that? And
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I always wonder about people's motivations.
Mm, yeah, for real. And Jesus is no exception. You know.
But he might be the opposite. He might be like a prime example of somebody that maybe he'll do something like Chris Benoit's father and have the science examine his brain after he dies.
Oh shit. Yeah. Right. I
It's like
what.
Chris Benoit's father donated Chris Benoit's brain to science to be. Maybe there's something. Maybe there's something crazy. Like maybe he has like a tumor somewhere or something.
He's got to be a
But
case study.
honestly, I think it's just the level of influence he has. I
Yeah.
think anybody with like unchecked mental illness. Well, it's not that it's unchecked; it's just probably untreated.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you have so much power and money and influence. It's like, who's holding you back?
And we've talked about that on the show before about how that creates like the empathy gap and like kind of like a
Hmm.
gap between you and reality because you're just so, and if you have like these dispositions you're just going to go off the fucking deep end, and it's just inevitable. um but again, I still want to know what parts of the brain shut down. I know part of it's like the willpower, part of it's the empathy. And then, but I mean, but we also see all sorts of people doing crazy cognitive gymnastics with like the fucking like people that vote against their own best interest, people that, but as we've seen, like they still do have a motivation there that makes sense to them, whether they're
Well,
ups.
yeah, I'm seeing a lot of it now where people are justifying all these things that are going on and acknowledging how much worse things are going to get. And they're like, well, it's got to get really bad before it gets good. Like, does it? No, it doesn't. That's not true at all. You're just
Yeah.
trying to justify all these terrible things because you think something better is going to end up happening.
Yeah, some of
But
it's like
that's
sunken
like it's like
costs.
it's like faith.